If Joe's statement had ended that she's not interested in being CEO, it would have been much clearer for us, and the clarity would have been nothing's clear atop JPMorgan. But by also adding this clause about for
at
now,
this time,
we don't know at this time. We don't know whether that means in 6 months when Daniel Pinto steps down from his role as both president and CEO, at least those titles, when he relinquishes those titles, will Jenn Piepszak be more interested then? But let's take it at face value right now.
Right.
We should take it at face value right now, and the clear signal they're trying to send is, even though with the slew of changes that they've made today, there's various executive moves that we're seeing at JPMorgan today, Jenn Piepszak's clearly saying, I don't want to be successor to Jamie Dimon. So who will be the successor to Jamie Dimon? The hit by the bus candidate, Daniel Pinto, is leaving end of next year. Marianne Lake, another likely candidate, at least in today's announcement. Nothing's changing with her role. Nothing's changing with Mary Erdos's role. So we really don't have clarity at that front. So only thing you can perhaps say with certainty is Jamie Dimon isn't going anywhere anytime soon.
Well,
for now.
Right, he's not stepping down in 6 months.
No, of course not. And he is, he appears to be in great shape. Investors hang on every word out of his mouth. He's unquestionably the king of Wall Street. But he is turning 69 in March. Wouldn't it be in the best interest of his shareholders for him to lay out a clear succession plan?
And I think JPMorgan will argue that a number of changes that they've made, not just today, but going back the last couple of years, are all aimed towards getting that right. But when you have one of the leading candidates saying, I'm not really interested in being CEO, it doesn't really make Jamie's job easier. And also remember, I think Jamie Dimon is probably having a lot of fun on top. I don't think he's in a rush to leave the stage. And I think till you don't have clarity below him, till you're not certain who can actually take on that mantle. You say King of Wall Street, but definitely, most certainly, Dean of Banking. Until you're not certain who can step into those shoes, I think it makes more sense for JPMorgan, for Jamie Dimon to stick around a little while longer.
Well, let's kind of take a Goldman playbook for a minute for JPMorgan. Typically, you want to have a few seats warm, right? Just in case one leaves, you want to put people in competition with each other, because what's a good succession without a good fight? And so if you're not looking at just Jennifer Piepszak, who else are you looking at JPMorgan? Because she has been elevated so fast that you wonder if she's the only real candidate now.
And that's what we would have said, and that's what I would have said before I read Joe's statement, because when you read the announcement today, it's clear that there's only one clear winner, only one person getting a real big promotion, because Daniel Pinto is the second most important executive at JPMorgan, the largest bank in the country. So Jenn Piepszak, for all measures, was clearly the biggest winner coming out of this announcement, at least not the big winner from the perspective we care about as to whether we can call her the anointed successor, because she's rushing to say she's not interested in being CEO. And the other interesting thing to me is she's taking on the COO title, not the president title. So when Pinto relinquishes that title in June, I'm interested in seeing who gets that. Do they also give that title to Jenn Piepszak, or do they elevate someone else to be the president or co-presidents? Because then we're talking the Morgan Stanley model. Why do I bring up Morgan Stanley? Because that's the next biggest bank, most recent bank to have gone through a succession like that. At the time, they had a COO, John Pruzan, and two co-presidents. It was one of those two co-presidents, Ted Pick, who eventually became the CEO, not the COO. So you could get more clues down the road.